Well, I don't think a whole lot went wrong. I think Jelly Roll would have been anybody. If I stepped back in the ring after years of not being a full time wrestler, I'm sure to be some stuff I would be kind of parrying or not quite opening myself up and being comfortable. The bumping and feeding wouldn't quite be there. I would need time to condition myself. And obviously, he's been at the Performance Center, right? Training. And I know they practice this match at the Performance Center. I 100% can tell just from this opening shot right here. Block the body slam, block the body slam, body slam me. That's a classic. Just if you're getting a DJ or somebody, a high school principal, this is the spot right here. But Jelly Roll's face is good. I have to say, who shined more than anybody in this match, especially for being a celebrity, is Logan Paul once again. Logan Paul gets it. He might be a horrible person. He might have all this crypto stuff going on and everything else, but he gets the business. And really, his timing and the way he carries himself and the moves he can do, it's better than a lot of the full roster members and people that are full-time wrestlers. Logan Paul basically body slammed himself right there. So here goes Jelly Roll with kind of a Ric Flair strut into an elbow. Now, I know for a fact he's already blown up, and I would be too. You're excited. You're in a stadium. You're working. He's got it. No Performance Center practicing of matches is going to prepare you to be in front of a crowd with carrying 1/4 of the match. And he did carry a quarter of this match. So when he gets up here, I can tell, Randy's firing him up. This probably isn't a good idea because he's just blowing himself up further to do it. So when he goes back to Drew, I like this right here. You got to give it to him. His facial expressions, everything he's doing, that is not green. He's playing along and he's in the moment, not just standing there. There are points where he's just standing there, but in this vein, it's pretty good. That proves he's green right there. He's listening. The slap was really good. We didn't get the sound out of it. Now, here's a question. Would you trust Jelly Roll to punch and jab you like he's about to do to Drew McIntyre?
What's more interesting is that Drew was stuck in England for a week as well, so he wouldn't have had as much time to, rehearse this with Jelly Roll as the other three, the other two might have.
And I'm trying to figure out, because these jabs, they were good. He was like doing kind of like the
Road Dogg thing.
Yeah, but he was jabbing the other side. Usually you jab underneath, like Cody jabs under the right part of the chin. Jelly Roll was doing like, who used to do that? And then dance. And then Iceman King Parsons used to do that, like the backhanded jab, and then do the dance and bump you. But where he jabs him, watch. He jabs him on the left part of his chin. You see that? Or the left part of his face. Right there. Which is odd, because usually you would feed this part here and have him kind of punch you there, especially with long hair. Right here is just a little bit different. And of course, Drew's going to go, get off me. That proves how green he is right there.
Hey, did you notice that, I'm sorry to interrupt, Jelly Roll did a Kamala belly slap?
He did.
He did 3 jabs and then goes...
Oh, yeah. I noticed that right there. Now, Jelly Roll turns into jellyfish on the mat. He's blown sky high there. So this next one's going to be Jelly Roll on the table, where you say he really does expose how green he is by bracing for the splash. He knows it's coming. Now, I still have to say, Logan Paul, he just gets it. He creates the moments. This splash right here, and of course, Drew's playing along with it. It's real. Oh.
I know, readjusting as well.
I didn't even see that the first time. Oh my God. Who are these cameramen and who are the directors that are not shooting Logan Paul close up? I love this. Oh, I'm on the table. you have to have a very inexperienced director because Jelly Roll, Drew could be positioning him, he could be bracing. You want the camera on him as little as possible, not because he's green, because he is, but because most normal people, which he's still in the music industry, he's not necessarily normal, but most people outside of wrestling are going to brace up like this, are going to make sure they're on the table enough, are going to have nervous feet. It's going to feel like forever, especially he gets the time. He's taking his time with it. And Jelly Roll's looking at him. Let me give you a little bit of advice, Jelly Roll. Looking at him before he splashes is not going to make it any less scary. Is not going to make it hurt any less. This, once again, is that word we go back to the Roman Reigns thing. Trust. Jelly Roll's not experienced enough to trust Logan Paul with this. And here he goes. Logan Paul combining the 3-2-1 for the Claymore with the Austin drink hit and then the splash. It's a moment. And guess what, Jelly Roll? It still hurt, right? No matter. Even Logan Paul still selling, like his eyes almost rolling in the back of his head. It's just, on a personal level, everything this guy's done, you don't want to put it over, but we're here to put it over because he does a great job. Drew's face is awesome right there. Is that Jelly Roll's girlfriend?
Probably. Now, it takes Jelly Roll and about 10 people to pick him up and move him and stuff. He does do good facials. You know, he's really exhausted carrying away. He probably was exhausted as well with the little he did. But, you know, I said this a couple of weeks ago on SmackDown, or Saturday Night's Main Event, I think, and he was managing whoever it was, Randy Orton. He was out on the ringside. And his facial expression was like Miss Elizabeth. You know, on the outside, he had his hands to his face, and, you know, he was really into it. So it's a nice, refreshing take from someone like Travis Scott, who's acting like he's too cool for school kind of thing, and then someone like Jelly Roll, who you can tell he's a fan from, you know, childhood.
I was like, wait a minute, it's Jellyfish, isn't it? But that was me making the joke earlier. I got his name wrong. So he has been watching classic moments in WWE and WWF. You know how I know this?
Mick Foley. This is Mick Foley, Hell in a Cell.
Exactly. This is Mick Foley, Hell in a Cell. If a radio DJ was reenacting it, I'm making fun of him, but he's doing a great job here. You might say on the surface when you first see the clotheslines, these are radio DJ clotheslines on an independent show in a tag match. They're not great, but for somebody that's never wrestled, they're connecting. He's hooking it. He's standing in the middle of the ring. He's firing up a little bit. And this choke slam, the jelly taker, that's what I'll call him right now.
Yeah, but this is all Logan Paul taking every move himself.
Oh, yeah. Logan Paul would have choke slammed himself and did a great job. And here we go. Now, here's the difference. The Jelly Roll with the punches and the slap and even the clotheslines. Look at the way Logan Paul, this elbow looks every bit. I mean, it's probably there a little bit, but every bit like that much crisper, that much stink on it, and looks real. But that cover's god-awful. That cover is bracing for Drew McIntyre to make the save. And that's exactly what's going to happen. You know, he, instead of hooking, he wanted to make sure his back was exposed. And here's the thing. Drew is so smart. You have to make sure at this point the Jelly Roll can take a proper bump. And if you notice, a lot of times when they're doing things to Jelly Roll, he's on a table. In this case, he's going to take the Claymore on his knees. So they left nothing to chance for him to take a bad bump. So this is like a really good call to do the Claymore and just let him kind of like flatten out. And then we have Randy Orton here with the RKO. Really good mix of everything. So let's go to the fan cam footage. We're going to go here and show Jelly Roll basically taking the finish. That's the other. This is probably the worst one right here. So here we are. Now you're saying right here, it's to the point where it's egregious that he's doing this. And let's see what he does with his body. It's just one of those things. It's just somebody that's not used to laying there and trusting somebody and knowing you're going to get squashed and it's going to knock the wind out of you. Wrestlers are crazy. They're like, oh, that's no big deal. I'll just lay here until the very last moment. And no matter, somebody could have told them, just lay there, arms spread out. And when Logan Paul goes and stands up straight, start to bring your arms in. And then when he's in midair, if you can get there to brace, that's when you do it. Jelly Roll doesn't have the eternal internal clock that comes with experience. And I will say this, WWE better thank their lucky stars that 99% of the people that they get for celebrity spots are Logan Paul, Jelly Roll, Stephen Amell, and other people, and you only get about 1% to 2% of the Travis Scott. That's Steiner math, 101%.